Hello everybody and welcome back to SkySaga Alpha 6. We are over here on the Workshop Island and this place is very close to being done. As I said at the end of last episode, we're only going to be spending just a little bit of time over here before going on and working on some other projects. So the top up here hasn't really changed all that much. We're going to have a few changes in underneath the fire pit here in just a second. But for now, I wanted to show you what I have been working on and what I've been doing in between episodes. So if we come down here, you can see I've got a blue torch in my hand. There's a good reason for that. I've also thrown a few decorations around in here. We need a door that's going to open inwards. That's all going to happen in a second. The rafters are being completed. If you have a look up there, you can see that the rafters are now attached all the way up to the ceiling and everything is looking good. The Christmas tree is also now in place. I actually had to shrink this thing down a little bit to make it look anywhere near half decent, but I think it actually looks pretty good now. And this is the way it is going to stay from here on out. We've added a few new lamps around the edges and things. And finally, out over here, we have an exit. So if you come up through here, you'll see that this is just a very short passageway. I need to actually throw a torch down the bottom here somewhere. Very short passageway that runs up to here, turns into snow, and there is a spring trap at the bottom, throws you all the way back up and out to the top. But from the top, it's actually not very conspicuous, or at least I hope it's not very conspicuous as to the fact that it's an opening. So that's where we're up to and where we're at. I have hit a couple of snags though along the way. So the old hidden door trick from every alpha other than this one has actually been now fixed. So usually you would put down one of these guys, the 3x3 stone decoration, and in any other alpha you can actually just walk straight through this. But in this alpha you can see through it, but I can't walk any further than here. It actually now has a 1 block wide hitbox, which is kind of annoying, and it does mean that this is not going to work the way we want it to work. Anyway, that's the way this thing is going. So I now need to find a new way of hiding the exit back here, because, like I said, I now can't get through out there, which is a bit of a pain if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Anyway, like I said, I need to do a little bit of thinking on that one. Yeah, so I'm thinking this place is going pretty well. I think, yeah, we're going to have probably one more cut as I finish this place up and have it look absolutely amazing. As you can see, I've got a whole lot of festive presents in my bag, and these are going to all be piled in down here underneath the Christmas tree, and so this place is ready to go and up and running. So yeah, we'll see what I come up with for fixing this dilemma, because of course this was going to be a very nice, neat way of having an exit, but obviously I can't do that now. I'm going to have to come up with something just that little bit more creative. Okay, so we are super close now. I'm actually down here right at the very bottom, and we have a door to go in. So here you go, bam, flick the door open just like that. As you can see, this whole place looks pretty good right now. Filled in the bottom of the Christmas tree under here with Christmas presents, and as you can see, I've left a little spot in here for this Christmas present to go that is being carried by this snowman, or at least it looks like it's being carried by this snowman. Now, for the door, I tried to do something a little bit different at the back here. So as I showed you before, you now can't walk through these wall decorations, which does give us a bit of an interesting problem. So I wanted to kind of hide the doorway in plain sight, as it were. So you can see here, as I come up and have a look at this door, it says this door is blocked. But if I walk straight through the middle, bam, I get into the secret exit out through the back here. So this is actually a little trick that I was working on back in Alpha 5. This is a double door trick, and there is actually a tutorial on how to do this already on my channel. So I'll actually put a link to that one in the comments section below so you guys can have a look at that and tell me what you think. And then of course down in here we have cut the floor away from the fire here so that I can add some new braziers down the bottom just to give a bit of a flaming smoke effect. That's what these wood rods, metal rods I should say, over here are for. So I'm actually going to find my red wood, wherever I put that. There it is. craft up a couple of these guys and throw them in down the bottom there, because once those have been crafted and put in down there, that whole thing will get a bit of a red tinge to the smoke, which I think is going to look really cool, and it is actually going to make it look just a little bit more like a fire. So the other thing that's happening around here is that this place is actually getting sealed up, and I'm probably going to even seal that up right now. So I close this door. I want to throw a present here and maybe even there behind the door, so that door is now sealed up and you can't get through that door, because the whole point of this place is that I want people to come in down through the chimney. So we're now, because we've done that, we're actually now going to have to go all the way back down through the build, and this is, like I said, this is what I want people to see. So I'm going to show you guys kind of the way you're supposed to do this. Have a look through here, check out the awesome build, check out the little snowman, go into the Christmas tree, somehow manage to find your way through the hidden exit down the back here, or, you know, jump out island, and then hit the spring trap and come up through here. Bam! So that's currently the way I'm expecting this to go. We've got 2 of those now, so we need to make our way back into the house. So now that this door is blocked off, as I said, I can't open the door, so there's going to be a couple of ways up here. There's going to be this way, which is jumping on the wagon wheel and up, and then jumping in through the chimney. Or I'm thinking all the way down the back here in the grass at the back. I'm going to throw a spring trap just in here. So if people can't see where they're going, they find that we're all the way out to the back, they can hit the spring trap and come up here and then jump in down through here. Bam! Just like that. So this is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted that to look like. So let's throw these floor braces in down the back. Oops, that's not quite high enough, low enough I should say. 1 and 2. As you can see, we get a little bit of a smoke effect going on in here. That's perfect. So now we put the floor back in. Over top, we get a little bit of a red glow and we get that smoke. And that is awesome. That is exactly what we want now. When you land, actually it looks like you're in a bit of a fire, which is perfect. I love that. And that is how we're going to leave this place. Well, at least this part of this place anyway. So now it's actually a puzzle. You have to try and find your way in, because you can get in here. You just need to find your way in through there. So I'm going to tell Boomkin about this. It is currently before the Fan Creation Friday stream. I'll let Boomkin know that this place is now done and dusted, and he can come and have a look at that. So all going according to plan. You guys may have even seen this build yesterday on Boomkin's Fan Creation Friday stream, but hopefully that didn't wreck any of the surprises for you or anything like that. I've just realized that having this door set up here, I can actually jump all the way up into my rafters, which is probably not an intentional thing, but oh well, there you go. Alright, I'm happy with this build. I'm really, really happy with the way this has come out and how everything looks and how the whole thing works. Please let me know what you thought of this build and if you think I can improve it, because I would be quite happy to come back here and do a little bit more work if you guys want to see some improvements done to this place. Other than that, I think it's time for me to pack up my gear around the edges here and leave this place open to you guys. Make it public so you can come and have a look at this. If you haven't sent me a friend request in-game, definitely do go along and send me through a friend request. Or when I make this thing public, just search for me in the thing and you can actually come over here and have a look at this build for yourself. Anyway, it is now time for us to move on to the next couple of projects we're going to be doing here in SkySaga Alpha 6. Here we are at the start of a brand new build. So this is actually a desert bedrock, if you can't I already tell that. So basically all the way up there where the airship is, let's go up there. There is a 3x3x3 of unbreakable blocks, and this is pretty much all this thing starts with. As you can see, I've done a little bit of work. I've created some scaffolding going all the way down. I've put out the perimeter as well. You can see that all the way around the outside there. So this is going to be a bit of a cityscape. This is the type of thing that we were looking at doing in Alpha 5, but we ran out of time, and I think this time I might just have enough time to do at least part of it. I'm definitely planning on doing the first 20 or so layers in here, plus the entire ground level. So we're going to have a ground level here and a ground level at 20 layers high, and we're going to have a subway system kind of running in between through the middle here. So we're going to have to go through and find all of the Rails recipes, because if I have a look through my recipes currently, you see I don't actually have all of the Rails. I've got the Rails straight and the Rails T-junction, and that is all I have. So I'm going to have to go through, find the rest of those, but the very first thing I need to do is, of course, fill this entire area out with brown stone, which is why I've got over here a whole bunch of brown stone. But that's probably not going to be enough. I will have to go out eventually and harvest some more up to fill this area out with as well. So this is just one of the plans that I have currently ready to go for SkySaga Alpha 6, and I want to know what you guys want to see. So there's this build that we could do, and that's what I'm going to be working on for the rest of this episode. It's kind of filling out this area and showing off kind of a little bit of the layout that I plan to do around here. The other thing that we can do is I've now got the SheepBall account up and running, so we could actually head over to SheepBall, build some mini games, build an actual SheepBall island, and get started on some games of SheepBall. So it's now completely up to you. Leave a comment in the bottom of this video as to what you would like to see. If I don't get too many comments, or I don't really get a consensus, I will keep working on this place and hopefully get a really gigantic build out of it. Otherwise, I will jump over to the SheepBall island and we'll start creating a few mini games and things, because those are always fun as well. Anyway, for right now, I actually have a fair amount of building and filling to do, so I might do a little bit of that. I might even do a time lapse of that later on, because in the new place I actually have stuff set up so that I can do time lapses correctly, which is going to be really awesome. A few thousand stone later, and have a look at this. If we check out the map, I have set up a gigantic grid system here, which is going to help me actually fill out the rest of this area. So I'm probably only going to do kind of up to this line today, because the whole point or plan of doing this is you basically stand right on the edge of one of these blocks, face into it, and then you just hold down both clicks and run back and forth as fast as you can. And barring a few errors here and there, you actually end up filling these gaps pretty quickly and easily. Now, I did kind of mess up this end here, but that's the whole plan, and that's the whole point of doing it like this, is you can literally just stand on the edge and walk your way back and forth, and you can actually fill up a fair amount of your area just by doing this. And like I said, you do need to be careful so that you don't do what I've just done up there and fill the top as well, or put blocks on top of your surface. But other than that, it does actually go quite well. The only problem with it is I've got these very large runs out here. As you can see, these go quite a long way back, but this system doesn't actually stay stable for a long period of time, which is why you need these kind of short bars in the middle here to stop you from going too far with these. If you go about this far, I'm not 100% sure how many blocks it is, 4, 8, 12, about 14 blocks. If you go much further than this 14 block set that I've got set up along here, you will find that blocks start misplacing and don't actually place down exactly where you want them to, which does become a bit of a hassle. So yeah, now I've got a very long run of holes to fill in, and like I said, that's going to make life a whole lot easier when I do go and fill these in. I'm thinking we're either going to do a time lapse right now and watch me fill all this stuff in, or we're going to do an adventure right now, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to get the camera account on here, and we're going to do a little bit of a time lapse. Hopefully I can get just this run down through here, done with the amount of stone that I have. I still have a little bit more in the chest over here, but not as much as I was hoping. Yeah, look at that. Not very much in there at all. So I'm definitely going to need to go and get some more between episodes. But today's episode, we want to see how far we can get with what we've got. So anyway, I'm going to make a cut here, and we'll be back. So having got that small amount of the island kind of polished off and have a floor put down in, thought it was time to do something a little bit different. So we're actually out in a rare Arctic world right now, Looks like this one is a purple rare Arctic world. Of course, Arctic worlds will always pretty much have snow in and around them, so we're going to have to find our way up out of here because we seem to have spawned in the bottom of a cave, which is okay. We can get out of here eventually, I'm sure. Just need to make sure that there's not anything else kind of living in this cave that wants to kill us as we try and do this. Because we are in a rare, so there's lots and lots of interesting and wonderful enemies around that definitely do actually pose a bit of a threat. Even though we've got relatively good gear, half of it is slightly damaged right now because it was just picked up from somewhere else. But that's okay, it will probably survive until the end of this video. Well, at least I hope it will, anyway. So yeah, let's keep going on. We can probably get up to the surface through here. There it is. Perfect. So, of course, this being a rare, we're going to have all sorts of fog and snow and stuff in our way. We can't really see through. Just going to make it a little bit more difficult to be able to find our way through this place. And then, of course, we're going to have lots and lots of very big enemies wandering around the place. I think I see a building over here. Yes, there it is. Let's go and have a look at this. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just a pile of rocks. That is, of course, the problem with having lots and lots of snow all around the place right now. Okay, I'm going to kind of wander around in here and see if I can find something interesting to show you guys, and we'll pick it up from there. So it's pretty hard to see, but we have actually run across a building of some sort here, and there's an elite assassin in our road, which is kind of annoying. Because one shot from that bow is actually probably going to do a fair amount of damage. Oh, and here we go. Now all the skeletons are coming out of the house. And it looks like we have mostly elite skeletons here too, which is a bit of a pain. Alright, let's see if we can get up in here. Just avoid the weather a little bit. Get that stamina back. Of course, I am only just starting to be doing the rares for the Arctic, which means I'm not as prepared as I normally would be when I do a rare like this. So my weapons definitely still require me to do lots and lots of jump attacking to get anywhere through an enemy's health. Probably going to have to edit this up a little bit at the end here because this is a very dark fight, unfortunately. And there we go. I think we've actually managed to clear this place out now. This looks pretty cool. I'm gonna say I'm not quite sure if I like the fact that a lot of the structures nowadays are actually coming across like this and being half destroyed when you find them. Because it does mean that half the time some chests just aren't there that would normally be there, or they're just kind of hovering in midair, because sometimes you will find that there's a chest up here, and if this place is significantly broken, it would just like hover just above where the floor should be, which is kind of annoying. But I guess it does happen a little bit. It is the problem, or just a side effect of the procedural generation of these worlds. But hey, let's face it, the procedural generation does make this game a lot more fun. Oh wow, that guy I don't really want to be dealing with too much. Let's see. Oh, almost dead. Here we go. There we go. The knaves are just the worst because of the shields. The shield makes them so much harder to fight than anything else that you run across. And I only seem to be running across elite versions right now, which is definitely a very painful experience. And here we go. We've actually managed to find our way across to the Citadel. I'm probably going to need to find my way in, though, because this seems to be just... Oh, no, here we go. This looks like an entrance to me. Oh, and these windows will have purple sand in them. That would be really nice to knock out of there. Right now, I am stuck on using pickaxes to break things down because I haven't actually found a hatchet recipe or even a hatchet yet, which is a little bit surprising, but then again, enemies have stopped using hatchets pretty much across the board. At least in the last alpha, there was a couple of guys that would use hatchets, so there was a chance of getting them dropped from stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to go through and knock all of these things out and then run through this place a little bit further to get into the main building itself. Alright, so here's the main entrance to this place. Well, one of the main entrances to this place. Just got to kill this guy off really quick. There we go. I have always loved this building. This has probably one of my favorite structures in SkySaga. And not just because the top does make it incredibly easy to set up boss farms. Speaking of which, we'll probably end up doing a tutorial on that in the near future and actually set up a bit of a boss farm either in a rare or in a uncommon world, just so that we can have a look at how bosses are spawning these days and what type of loot and stuff you can get from a good boss. Alright, let's see if we can kick this guy back out the door and off the ledge. Come on, there we go. Bam. You really didn't want to have to deal with him. That was definitely the easiest way to sort that problem out. Let's see if we can do the same with this guy. Bam. Come on. Nope. Oh, this is not going well. Run away! Definitely going to need to eat a bit of food after that one. That was very silly indeed. Kicking one enemy off the ledge is probably not a problem, but two at the same time is not something that we really should be attempting to do. And kill that guy off too. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, let's go check out up the castle and see what is up here. There's probably not a whole lot, probably just a big boss at the top. There's also a chest down there that we'll get a little later on. Alright, up the top we have an elite blackguard. Oh god, this guy could do some really serious amounts of damage. Look at those falchions though, those falchions are awesome looking. I really want one of those if I can get it. Oh, and those are biome specific falchions as well. Oh, those are nice. Oh, no, it got hit there. The key to this would be to keep moving and see if I can knock him out without being hit by those amazing looking falchions. Check them out. Oh. And jump attacks all the way. There it is, one more jump attack. Oh, and eat the food. Oh, thankfully they stopped and did that gesture, otherwise I would definitely be dead. One more hit, come on. Here we go. Wow, that took a lot longer than expected, and it was definitely not as rewarding as it should have been. Ended up with just a few bits of fabric and not really much else. That's a very big shame, but that was a fun fight. Well, it was fun for me, I'm not sure. I'm not very good at recording fights. It is one thing that I want to get better at so that I can go in and record a bit of PvP eventually. That is, of course, if you guys want to have a look at me playing PvP. Admittedly, not as good as some of the other guys out there. And, I mean, you have probably seen me do a little bit of PvP before if you've been watching since the days of the Sharp Rock Challenge, which reminds me, that's another thing I really want to go through and do again, is set up another Sharp Rock Challenge so you guys can get involved and see what that's like. It is a very nerve-wracking game, but it is a whole load of fun. Alright, let's go see what our main quest is for this guy. Here we go, it looks like we've got a set of caves, which means we're going to be fighting a whole lot of wild animals. And there you go, look at that. As I've said it, there is a veteran bear at the top of the stairs here, just waiting to do a whole lot of damage to us. Bam! But 3 hits with a big weapon and he's out. I actually really do need to make new weapons for this place because I think I do have, a Shatter Tusk. That's what we need to go running through this place next. I'm going to build one of those when we get home, I think. Or at least between now and the next episode. And, oh no! This place is flooded. That is really not good because it's going to mean that I can't get through without freezing to death. Alright, I'm going to have to try and work this one out. We'll see how this goes. So it looks like this entire place is flooded, but if I listen out, I can actually just hear the whistling sounds of... Oh, whoa, what was that? That was a bit of a bug. I never saw one. But yeah, if I listen out, I can just hear the whistling sounds. Oh wow, now I'm stuck on the bottom. This is not good. We are gonna get stuck and die in here, I think. I can't do anything about this. This is really not letting me go anywhere right now. I am now stuck to the bottom and I'm gonna die. Hopefully, yeah, I don't have too much good stuff in here anyway. You cannot craft while underwater. There you go. That's a new thing that I've never seen before. Let's see if I can actually craft. Nope, well, I'm defeated anyway. That really sucked. I got stuck down to the bottom down there. So rather than hang around in that world where I drowned at the bottom of the place. I decided that it was time to come home and just chill out here for a little bit. And yeah, I think this is actually going to be pretty close to the end of the episode. Like I said before, I want you guys to tell me where you want me to go next and what you want me to do next. So I don't really want to spend too much more time wandering through... Oh, I left some stuff here. You really don't want to spend too much more time wandering through and placing down more stone on that island. If you guys want me to go over and build some SheepBall stuff and build some stuff for Sharp Rock Challenge, and I'll happily go over and do those things. I just don't want to spend ages and ages and ages building a stone pad that I am never ever going to use. So yeah, I think this is where we're going to end it for today. I'm probably going to hold off doing any more recording until probably Monday or Tuesday. And then at that point, I'll go through and I'll look at all your comments and I'll see where we're going to go as a channel for the next little while until the end of Alpha 6. And then once we've kind of got that underway, I will start building and I'll attempt my very, very best to finish off whatever it is that I start before the end of Alpha 6. Of course, yeah, Alpha 6, we don't have a set end date yet, but I would suspect that it is actually getting relatively close because we have been playing Alpha 6 now for a couple of months and they tend to throw an update in when when an alpha has been going for about a couple of months. So like I said, I think we're getting pretty close to the end of this one. But yeah, let me know what you think we should be doing in the comments section below, and I will see you next week.